Well, another 3 weeks in the old America, and as we battle for our souls, somebody's bleeding out through a God-shaped hole. November 5th, 2009, Dr. Nidal Malik Hasan shows up to work, blows away 13 of his brothers, well, his unarmed brothers in, well, arms. And America's in a panic, naturally, because that's our custom. It's what we do. At this particular point, the prevailing theory, the Reds anyway, are screaming, it's terrorists. Terrorists, can't trust them Islamists. But I don't know. It seems pretty straightforward. I can't tell the difference between this guy and some Mormon or somebody else. And it seems pretty straightforward. The prevailing story now is that divorcee, 2 kids, they're unaccounted for, which is a little odd. No one's managed to nail them down or pin them down or get an interview with them or the ex-wife. But last we heard before he went totally off the deep end was that he was in the market for a blushing bride. Now, clearly, from the most recent word, not really looking for the showing off the blushing, hijab, or at very least a burqa, was definitely a deal breaker, as in she had to have one. And so, I don't know, it stinks. It smells like every single other one of these there's ever been, ever. It smacks of Pittsburgh, I guess it was LA Fitness, right? And Dan Lafferty. It smells like classic, just couldn't get it done, couldn't hack it, and that's what it sounds like. It sounds like failed marriage. Clearly it wasn't his fault. How could it be? And he's trying to make up and couldn't seal the deal. And he snapped, which is how it always works. Here's the thing. Bona fide terrorism is very it's indiscriminate. Talking about Glasgow, London, Belfast, Tokyo, nerve gas, bombs. There's a pattern here. People set themselves on fire, but explosions are key. Indiscriminate. This is personal. This is intimate, for lack of a better word. This is one guy at a time. This is deliberate. I would say that there's actually like penetration involved, a little bit of psychosexuality going on here. I think that this is just another lonely dude, just another guy who couldn't hack it and had to take that shit out on whoever was in reach. Now, you can talk about the pre-traumatic stress disorder and all the stories about him being deployed and all that stuff, but this is just another guy who's just lost containment, and that's where it's at. It feels like this is a guy who couldn't get laid at a Hawaii airport, or really, mattress discounters, whatever, and just frustrated. And I empathize. I'm right there with him. But he fucked up once, and then fucked up again, and now he's all fucked up. And so I don't know what else there is to say. He's done now. Right now, as far as domestic terrorism goes, we're batting 1,000. Go Bush, go Obama, whatever. Hasn't happened yet. This is not an example of anything. I don't think. The only thing I can think of prior to this was maybe that shootout in Langley, and that's stretching it. That's stretching it hard. So all I can say is that there's going to be a bunch more of these, a fuckload, if we refuse to accept what we're talking about here, which is lonely dude with power issues, and again, just can't get it done. And I'll give you a stat. I'm willing to bet there's going to be 3 more of these in the next 2 years. And I'm going to throw it out there. One of them is going to be a Mormon. We'll do it. We'll place a bet. Open wager. Everybody wants to talk about Dr. Hasan being this aberrant personality, but he's not. He's really the same. He was born with the God-shaped hole, just like you, just like me. He was born disemboweled. We're naturally created with bits missing. And rather than fill that hole with people who are worth a shit, he basically gave control, left it all over to a voice inside his head, which told him things he already knew, told him things he knew were true. He wasn't wrong. It was the world that was wrong. Everything's fucked up, and the only thing that's going to set it right is childish mysticism and ritual. And, well, it killed 13 people. It's laid him up. As last I heard, he's going to be a paraplegic when they put him on trial. And I don't know what else there is to say. We got to start letting a lot of things go. This, what is the perfect American ideal? Well, the final thought is the whole may be God-shaped, but there's no God. We're going to have to get past this. And I don't know what else there is to say. It's a crisis. Your crisis is my crisis, but you don't have to give up. You don't have to go out and hurt somebody. You can resist.